Hello, all you beautiful people out there. What is going on? This is your friend Brady coming at you fast with another Paragon in-depth hero guide. And today we are going to be looking at Countess, the creator of corpses. And she is a fucking beastly assassin. Okay, she's one of the first assassins in Paragon besides Kalari. And she is pretty interesting to play. It's kind of difficult to play her, especially early game. You guys got to be really, really careful when playing with her early game, as you guys see right here. It's really easy to gank her. It's very difficult to run away. But if you want the build, you guys can click the link in the description below. I did come out with the build that I use in this video, step-by-step guide showing you how to build her, but this gameplay is mostly to explain how to actually play her, how to use her, and tips and tricks in game in general. So let's begin. So the first thing you guys saw is that I got ganked. Countess is a very easy ganking target because she doesn't necessarily have a true escape. She has her teleport, but that's really an initiator and then a disengager. It's not truly an escape. It's not like a leap. It's not a teleport, okay? It's just to kind of mess with people. It's to get in and get out, but not necessarily get out 100% of the time. So you have to be very, very careful early game. You have to watch those ganks. What I started doing is I started just running around, not even trying to last hit minions for the first minute to see if anybody tries to gank me and let the minion wave push up to my side a bit more, which I usually don't even do. But with her, I try and take precautions because with Countess, it's very important to have a really good start. If you don't have a really good early game start, you're going to be shit out of luck down the line near mid game, and it's going to take you a really long time to come back. Now, having that said, you want to back with her often, okay? She needs a lot of help when it comes to damage in the beginning because you definitely want her to be an assassin by the time she gets to level 5. So back often, put your stuff in her, put that kind of damage into your deck like Fountain Spike or Brawler's Ward, and then go back to lane as necessary, as you guys are seeing right here. And also, you want to make sure that you are always making sure to push your lane up before you leave and before you start roaming, because once you hit level 5, you're going to start dealing a lot of damage. So the first ability you want to go with is her wave clear, or her E in this example. Then you want to go with her lifesteal passive ability and her spin, which is right click in PC, R1 if you're on PS4. And then you want to go with her dash as your third upgrade when you hit level 3, and of course her ultimate when you get to level 5. And then upgrade them by maxing out your wave clear first, your lifesteal stuff second, your ultimate third, and then your Q last, okay? You don't really need that teleport to deal damage. You just need it to apply a little bit of a slow and then get back, okay? It's not as important as maximizing the other ones. And when it comes to farming, as you guys are seeing me do right here, it is very important to use your abilities to get those last hits, because that is your sustainability right there. Her passive, her lifesteal passive, helps her stay in lane longer, especially if she gets a kill against the enemy when you get to level 5. Especially if it's a Countess on Countess type deal. Pretty much the first Countess to get to level 5 that has a decent amount of damage is going to have that ability to jump in and deal a lot of damage with her ult and all of her other abilities against the other Countess. Okay, so there's how you lane with Countess. Some examples, how you go that early game. Just be careful. I try not to overextend. I'm overextended way too much. I started with Fountain Spike in this game, but sometimes I'd even start with Brawler's Ward first, just because Countess does get ganked a lot. Like I said, she is a pretty squishy, pretty easy target, which is another reason why I like to start with Hell Token. So let's actually move on later into the game and start looking at some team fights and how to actually play and fight in those team fights as Countess. Now, at first glance, it seems like she'd be a really good initiator, but that's not always the case, because she can actually get pulverized real quick if she gets CC'd enough, meaning if she gets stunned, slowed, or focused by the enemy. So that's why as Countess, you kind of want to act like a scout like I did there, and motion your teammates to kind of help you start the fight in those situations. Now, I got lucky and it was just me and Sparrow in that situation, and then her teammates started showing up. But as Countess, your job is to single out the weaker enemies in the group, focus them, and just deal as much damage as you can, while also being mindful and wary of the other damage dealers in the area. So you usually always want to focus the ranger, because usually they are the most damaging targets, and they're also kind of weak in comparison because they're focusing so much on their damage. So you want to make sure to obliterate them first, because not only will you get the highest priority damage target out of the team fight, but you will also get your life back when using her passive in conjunction with her ultimate and any of her abilities, because every time you kill somebody with one of her abilities, you get a percentage of your life back when you kill them. When you kill an enemy hero at maxed out right click, you get 40% of your own health back when you kill them. So it's always really good to try and get the last hit as Countess if you can to get your health back. But if you can't, then at least get some assists. In that team fight right there, I was a part of 4 kills, which was pretty goddamn gnarly. So hopefully you guys kind of saw it a little bit firsthand right there. After that, of course, when people are down, use her abilities to push lanes super swiftly. Her abilities are super good at pushing lanes super quick because they're all pretty much AoE. Not to mention her Q ability, which I want to say this right now, her teleport ability can actually target minions and obliterate any minion in one shot, including super minions. Okay, this is super big. Not a lot of people realize this. When you're pushing back super minion waves because your inhibitor just got destroyed, target the super minion with her Q or her square if you're on PS4, and it will 100% of the time instantly destroy it with no questions asked. And it just makes pushing back those waves super duper duper quick. And then, of course, you always have her AoE abilities for the rest of the wave, which is really, really nice. So let's go ahead and move on a bit further into the game where we get a couple more kills, a bit more team fighting, and a bit closer to endgame. So again, remember that Countess is an assassin and she's meant to single out the weakest enemy in the group, which usually is either the ranger or the casters. In this sense, we went against Gideon because he was in the middle of the mess. He got crowd controlled very easily. Their Countess decided to die because she's super squishy. She didn't realize that. And now you're kind of just helping people wither away at the opposition. Instead of going for that rampage, again, I focused the Sparrow because you deal a lot of burst damage to the Sparrow. You're just a nuisance. Richter ends up hooking her in, and that is how you dish out a ton of damage in a team fight as Countess. Now as we move towards killing this Orb Prime, we're going to see how we push a lane together, and just the use of Countess's amazing abilities to clear waves is just truly remarkable. She's one of the best wave pushers in the game. And Countess is also not that bad at zoning, considering that she can use her Q to go in, deal some damage, come back into the pool, and run away. And that's exactly what I do here with her against this Muriel. Now, it's just a Muriel, obviously. She's not going to kill a Countess 1v1. But I am a big old pain in the butt against this Muriel. I kind of don't let her get away too fast. I'm trying to let my teammates catch up to me, but this Muriel ends up running away from me, but not until getting a couple of strikes from this sexy vampire queen Countess. Like, oh my god. I'm just kidding. But yeah, here, very easy tower kill. Okay, the minions just deal a lot of damage. Countess super strong, and oh wait, I do kill her. Look at that. Except one thing that I do want to say right now, guys, is that if I were to use my teleport ability against Muriel, and then ult her, and then teleport again, I would have gotten the tower aggro off of me. And a lot of people don't know this about Countess, is if there's somebody else underneath the tower radius besides you, when you teleport, even if you're still inside the tower radius, when you teleport, the tower changes targets, unless you're the only one in there. So again, if you have a teammate, or if you have minions underneath there, then make sure to use that teleport ability of hers and get that tower aggro off of you. A lot of people don't know about that, but it's super useful. And again, pick off the easy kills, Gideons, Sparrows, people who build low health, people who build low armor, and all that stuff. You guys know in my build, I build a lot of damage, build a lot of pen, make sure that we get those kills when we need to. And here's the final push against the inhibitor. The enemy ends up surrendering later, but with Prime, with red buff, about 500 points of damage from that one attack, just unbelievable amounts of wave clear, and yeah, over 1,000 points of damage from my ult, as you see me type to my friends in the game right here. So hopefully this guide has been helpful, guys. Again, a Countess is an assassin. Go always for the lowest type health enemies. Don't ever go against tanks. Don't ever target rampages or steals unless you got Scourging Tails and you're just deliberately shredding their armor for the rest of your team. But other than that, try your very best to focus on the rangers if you can. And don't forget to tap that Q a second time to teleport back to the safety of your teammates if you feel like you're gonna die and get focused really, really quick. So there you guys have it. Hopefully you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, make sure you all have a wonderful day. Peace.